Welcome back to another thrilling episode of the Mahabharata, India's epic tale of war, betrayal, and divine power. Subscribe now and dive into the Mahabharata like never before. Today, I will tell you the tale of Drona and Draupad. Flames of vengeance, embers of destiny. The flames that ended friendship would ignite a war eternal. The rivalry between King Draupad of Panchal and Drona did not begin with war, but with friendship. In their youth, they had trained together at the hermitage of Rishi Bharadwaj. Draupad was the heir of Panchal, a prince of wealth and privilege. Drona, son of the sage Bharadwaj, lived in austerity, his only treasures his bow and his learning. One evening, as they sat beneath a banyan tree, Draupad, young and carefree, spoke the words that seemed harmless at the time. Drona, you are my dearest friend. When I ascend the throne of Panchal, my wealth and kingdom shall be yours as much as mine. But time transformed boys into men and men into king and pauper. When Draupad became king, Drona, burdened with poverty, remembered that promise. He approached Draupad's court, seeking aid, not for luxury but for his wife and son. Yet when he stood before the king, Draupad laughed prettily. "Friendship is equal, Drona," he declared coldly. "A pauper cannot be friend to a king. You may ask for alms, but do not speak of friendship." Humiliated, Drona left with his heart burning. That wound never healed. Years later, destiny gave him disciples, the princes of Hastinapur, the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Among them shone Arjun, his favorite, who mastered every weapon with unmatched brilliance. When Arjun proved his loyalty, Drona revealed his deepest desire, vengeance upon Draupad. The day came when Drona set his students to capture Panchal's king. Arjun, swift as lightning, and the Kauravas, fierce as storm, stormed into Draupad's palace. The proud king fought bravely, but against the might of his former friend's disciple, he was defeated. Bound in chairs, Draupad was dragged before Drona. The sight was salt on an old wound. Drona looked down at his captive. "Once you said friendship is only between equals. Today I stand your equal, or more. Accept me now as lord of half your kingdom." Draupad, broken yet defiant, yielded. Half of Panchal was carved away, gifted to Drona. The insult cut deep, and his silence burned a vow. If Drona had taken half his kingdom, Draupad would one day destroy Drona entirely. Years passed, but Draupad's rage did not dim. He prayed to the gods, seeking deliverance through fire itself. A yajna was arranged, no ordinary sacrifice, but one fueled by vengeance. Priests gathered, mantras rose, and the fire leapt skyward, consuming offerings of ghee, herbs, and chants. Draupad whispered to Agni, the fire god, "Grant me a son who will slay Drona. Grant me a daughter who will bind the Kuru line in knots so tight that the war itself must break them." The fire answered. First emerged a warrior, radiant as the sun. His armor gleamed like molten metal. His stance was forged of a battle, his gaze unyielding. He was Drishtadumna, born not of womb but of flame, destined to be commander of the Pandava army and slayer of Drona himself. Then from the violet swirl of fire came a vision unlike any seen before. A maiden stepped forward, her beauty so dazzling that even sages forgot their chants. She was Draupadi, copper-skinned, dark-eyed, her aura woven of both grace and storm. The priests whispered prophecies. "This maiden shall alter the fate of kings. Her beauty will bind the greatest warriors, but her insult shall kindle a war that will shake the earth." The court trembled, some bowed in reverence, others shivered in fear. Draupada's eyes gleamed with grim satisfaction. The fire had given him not only vengeance, but destiny. Drishtadumna stood ready, already a warrior, his life tied to the death of Drona. Draupadi, silent yet radiant, carried in her heart the seed of Kurukshetra. Neither knew what future awaited them, but the air itself trembled with the weight of their births. Thus the story had come full circle. Drona's revenge had shattered Draupad, Draupad's Yagya had birthed instruments of Drona's destruction. And Draupadi's destiny, unknown to all, would set in motion the greatest war mankind had ever seen. The fire died down to embers, but its flames still lived in the bow of Drishtadum, in the eyes of Draupadi, and in the prophecy that echoed across the ages. The prophecy of war had begun. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And for more stories like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one with another twist, another tale, and another truth. Bye bye, see you very soon.